Tonight, from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland, we have professional boxing action featuring a number of local prospects getting ready to show their wares in the ring tonight. Hi again, everyone. Gary Digital Williams alongside Warren Marshall. We come to you live tonight from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland for the Baltimore Pro Boxing card. The pro boxing will get underway pretty shortly. Actually, the amateur bout, there's one more amateur bout that we'll be talking through the evening. But we should have, once the amateurs leave and the pros start, should have a pretty decent card tonight. A 5-bout card on hand, one 6-rounder and the other 4-round bouts. So let's go over the card real quickly. As we said on the News and Notes podcast earlier in the week, actually yesterday, the bout that we wanted to see won was the bout between Nick Kisner and Alex Guerrero for the Nick Kisner's NABA USA Cruiserweight Championship, but Nick got hurt, so no bout tonight.
Yeah, I was very interested in that fight, mainly because with that would tell me what stage that Nick Kisner is in his career with this fight right here, and the outcome of that fight. If he would have won the fight, where would he go after that? That's what I wanted to see, and to make me know that Nick Kisner is about to take a next step in his career, and I think this is the fight that was going to make that choice for him.
Yep. So that fight will not happen because Guerrero was a former NABA champion as well. So the main event for our card tonight will be a 6-round bout in the middleweight division as Dangerous Donald Wallace. He's out of Baltimore, Maryland. Record of 2-0, 1 KO. He'll take on Gregory Glizzy Clark out of Washington, D.C. His record 2-1 with 1 KO. Both these guys going 6 rounds. Actually, Wallace has been 6 rounds before. But this could be an interesting bout. I think it's a pick-em bout pretty much, in all honesty.
Yeah, this bout right here, I think, is because of the experience early on in these guys' career before becoming professional. And I think this fight was picked for Wallace because of the experience that Clark is bringing into the ring, and plus the experience that he has, the early experience he has in his professional career, being a tough fighter, being a fighter that will push you to the limit, and I think that's what they're trying to see with Wallace today, to be able to push him a little bit.
Donald Wallace last fought on January 13th, right here at Michael's 8th Avenue. You heard that bout here on the Boxing on Beltway. Google that for Android. Wallace won a 6-round unanimous decision over Tahir Thomas. Thomas out of Salisbury. Wallace, that bout was very effective midway through the bout and got on to get the win there. Gregory Clark, as I said, 2-1. Lost his pro debut, a tough 4-round split decision over against Stephon Morris. He lost that bout at the Burns Arena on November 12th. And then fought at Rose Garth Raceway, won a 4-round split decision over Patrick Rivera, bout that he took over in the second part of that bout. And then Devin McMaster lost to Clark by a 4-round TKO in his last bout. That was on April 4th. So Clark could give Wallace some interesting situations here tonight.
Yeah, like I said, Clark is a tough fighter, and I think he's even better now because he's become a more poised fighter. He's more of a boxer now, and I only say that because he's under the tenure of Troy Fox, which has Alantez and Mike Fox, and I think Troy is turning Clark into a fighter that teach him how to use his jab to set up punches and put him in situations where he know how to move around the ring and bring his fighters in and to make him more a fighter of himself instead of being just a brawler all the time. And I think that's what Clark has become.
Well, while we were talking, the third amateur bout ended in 1 round as Brian Henslager knocked out his opponent with a couple of good shots, and that was pretty much it. So we'll be starting the pro portion pretty soon. Once again, our main event, Gregory Clark taking on Donald Wallace. Our co-feature will be a bout between Matthew Boogeyman Bowling. He's out of Manassas, Virginia, by way of Martinsburg, West Virginia. He'll take on the returning Dwayne Martin who is out of Laurel, Maryland, by way of Linden, Guyana. Matthew Bowling is 4-0, all 4 wins by knockout, all 4 wins in the first round. Who the one I had a chance to see back in May of 2016 when he knocked out Brian Ote in the first round.
15 seconds to knock out by the winner,
Dwayne Martin fights for the first time since January of 2010 when he won a 4-round majority decision. 4-round majority decision over Daryl Martin. That was right here at Michael's 8th Avenue back in January of 2010. So again, Bowling has only fought, he hasn't gotten past the first round any bout he's been in. And Martin, we haven't seen him in more than 7 years. Something's got to give there.
Yeah, and like I said, with Bowling, we don't know what kind of competition he's been facing. With us, we always question early knockouts and early careers against opponents that maybe were brought in just to be, like I said, quick wins for fighters to build records up. And maybe that's what they have in Bowling right now. And with Martin, he's been out of the ring. So we don't know what to really expect with this bout coming up right here. It's going to be 2 fighters that one fighter's going to be working off some ring rust, and the other fighter, he's going to be maybe fighting against a guy that's been pro, but he just haven't been active. So we're going to see what happens once they hit the ring and see what kind of fight he's going to have.
Yep. That's our co-feature 4-round lightweight bout between Matthew Bowling and Dwayne Martin. Meanwhile, I think the most interesting bout of the night will be a bout between Devontae Speed Rawls, now fighting out of Cheverly, Maryland. His record is 8-0-1 with 6 KOs.
Let's get it up tonight, guys. Let's get it up.
And he takes on Evgeny Mechanov from Gaithersburg, Maryland, by way of Sofia, Bulgaria. And that could be an interesting bout as well because Rawls, as we said, Speed Rawls is 8-0-1, 6 KOs. Mechanov is 0-1, made his pro debut right here at Michael's 8th Avenue last time we were here on March 30th when he lost a 4-round split decision to Jamal Dye. About it could have gone either way there. So this could be interesting about to see what happens here.
Yeah, it's really an eye-opener when you see a fighter with 9 fights fighting against a guy with only 1 fight, because it makes you curious about the guy who has 1 fight. Is he that good, or is he making mistakes? And tonight, I think it's a situation where I think he has a background as an amateur to make it tough for guys like Rawls to be unexpected. What happens.
And we're going to do a 10 count real quick here. Jake Smith, is the promoter, is talking in the ring right now.
His wife and his daughter in the last year. It's a very painful, quick deaths that should have never happened, just bad stuff, okay? So if everybody can bow their head. And Tim, or one of you guys, can you give me a 10 count, please? Just at the table. Diane and Lisa Marshall, please rest in peace. Will, God bless you, baby. Be strong and hang tough, man. Boxing community loves you, okay? Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Yeah, let's get ready to get this party started. Yeah! DJ, kick out some tunes, baby. Come on, let's
the situation was one day the fans lost both his wife and daughter very, very suddenly, apparently. But getting back to our third bout tonight, Devontae Speed Rawls taking on Evgeny Mechanov. Mechanov, again, fighting a really tough bout right here at Michael's 8th Avenue back on March 30th. And he could have won. I thought he might have won that fight. He might have gone either way. But facing a guy with, of course, his name belies his trademark, his speedy hands. That's Devontae Speed Rawls. That would make that bout very interesting to me.
Yeah, and I like Rawls because I like his style of fighting. Very crafty fighter, very knowledgeable, and skillful trainer, which is Adrian Davis, showed him what he needs to know to become a good fighter in this sport. And also, I think it was a fight made based on styles, I think. And I think it's something that Nechirov has that's going to bring to the table that Rawls can learn from, and I think that's why this fight was matched up.
No question about it. So it's getting, I believe it's Mechanov, not Nechanov, out of Gaithersburg, Maryland, by way of Sofia, Bulgaria, taking on Devontae Speed Rawls. Also on the card tonight, we have a debuting boxer out of Baltimore, Maryland, by the name of Desmond Towns. He'll take on Martez Williamson out of Akron, Ohio. Martez Williamson, 3-18 in his career, taking on the debuting Desmond Towns, who, tell you the truth, I can find very little information about Desmond Towns.
Yeah, and he's another one of those bouts. You question why it was matched up, but apparently someone did some homework to make this fight happen. And maybe they see something in Towns that they can say he can handle a fight like this with a guy with 21 fights, you know, and I think that's the case. You know, sometimes based on how they want to move a fighter, they want to move him in a direction that they don't want to start with too soft of a fight just because a fighter might not have won a lot of fights. It's the experience that he's bringing to the ring, and I think that's what they want to bring for Towns.
We'll see what happens there. That's a 4-round bout in the cruiserweight division. And then our opening bout will be a battle of welterweights from out of the area. Craig Kalin. Kalin's actually out of Tampa, Florida. Making a 2-1, both wins by knockout. His last win was a stoppage of Brian Otte back on October 22nd in Winchester, Virginia. He'll take on Howard Thompson out of Shelby, North Carolina. I already looked up. It's 4 hours away from Wilson. And Howard Thompson is 0-1. He lost about a 4-round unanimous decision, pro debut, on April 29th against Pedro Martinez Jr. So that is the card here tonight from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. We'll see how things continue as we go forward. Our card tonight, our broadcast tonight, brought to you by Real Time Pain Relief, from boxers to ballerinas, for shoulder pain, the muscle strain, everything in between. Boxing Along the Beltway recommends Real Time Pain Relief, the fast, safe, and effective plant-based ointment. You go to www.freepainoffer.com. Buy $10 worth of real-time pain relief, you get a free $10 tube of real-time pain relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. Well, this week we'll end with a couple cards coming up tonight, and also tomorrow night at Norfolk, Virginia, with the Masonic Temple card there. And that's going to be a card that features a dwindling number of Beltway boxers. Apparently, when we started talking about the card, we have 5 boxers on the card from Norfolk, at Norfolk, from the Beltway. However, now it looks like only 3 will be there, as Willis the Prophet Lockett out of Tone Park, Maryland, will take on Jerry Slug Forrest on the card. Willis Lockett has yet to weigh in yet. He'll weigh in tomorrow, apparently. Eric Immortal Govan out of Germantown, Maryland, take on Brandon Pennington out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. That's about it at super middleweight. And it was a change in the bout at 135 pounds at super lightweight. At lightweight. Lamont White out of Washington, D.C. was scheduled to be on that card. He is on the card. He was scheduled to take on Matthew Abregu. Apparently Abregu's off the card. And now he's taking on Roger Belch out of Virginia Beach, Virginia as well. So those are the Beltway boxers on that card right now. So we'll see what happens March tomorrow night at Norfolk, Virginia, because we won't be able to be there. But wish them well for that card. Now, coming up next week starting on May 18th, big weekend for the Beltway. It actually starts on Thursday night when Demetrius Ballard goes after the WBC USNBC Super Middleweight Championship. That'll be a nationally televised bout from the Casino del Sol in Tucson, Arizona. That bout will be shown on ESPN2. The co-featured bout there. He's taking on Ulysses Sierra from California, and that should be a very interesting bout there. And again, it'll be the co-feature on the card from Tucson, Arizona, and it'll be on ESPN2. Then on Friday, May 19th, a couple of Beltway boxers will be on a card at the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. In the main event on that card, Joshua Dynamite Davis out of Washington, D.C. He'll take on Carlos Rosario. Davis 10-1, 4 KOs, and Carlos Rosario is 7-1, 4 KOs. So that's going to be a main event bout at 2300 Arena. Also, Juan De Xavier Rodriguez will be on the card. He's out of Haymarket, Virginia, and looks like he'll be taking on, I guess he'll be taking on Christopher Booker. I can't really tell if this is a matchup or not just guys that are on the card. No, it looks like, no, I take it back. It looks like, now according to this, it looks like Tyrone Crawley will take on Juan De Xavier Rodriguez. We'll double check that for you and get that out for you next this weekend, going into that one. That's on Friday, May 19th from the 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Then all roads will lead to Saturday, May 20th. And what I said on the podcast is truly one of the bigger days in Beltway boxing history, because we have two world title holders from the Beltway be defending their titles on the very same night and on the very same network, Showtime Championship Boxing. That'll be, of course, Gervonta Tank Davis defending his IBF Super Featherweight Championship in the Copper Box Arena in London, England against Liam Walsh. And they'll come right from there to right here in D.C. Oxon Hill, Maryland, and MGM National Harbor for the bout between Gary Russell Jr. He defends his WBC Featherweight Championship against Oscar Escandón. That should be a great night of boxing for us.
And that's a fight that Russell's been waiting for. You know, he was anticipated to open up the MGM in March. You know, Escandón was hurt.
Right.
Now he recovered now. I think what's really itching him the most and has a little monkey on his back is where he sees the guy he lost against open up the MGM, which is Lomachenko. Now he has to wait his turn and come back on Saturday, May the 20th, to fight Escandón for his third title defense of the WBC, which after this, hopefully he wins this fight with an outstanding finish, and he's looking to unify the division. If not, move up to 130 pounds, where he can start making another campaign for another championship.
Yep. And then on the other side, of course, right before Russell goes into the ring, of course, his brothers will be on the card as well, Antoine and Antonio. Antoine makes his pro debut. Got a couple of world title bouts, actually one world title bout on the card, as Rances Barthelemy will be an eliminator. WBA 140-pound eliminator against Kerry Velik. And Andre Durrell takes on Jose Uzcategui in a matchup for the interim IBF Super Middleweight Championship. As we said, both the Antonio and Antoine Russell will be on the card. Also, Kobe Soldier Breedy, and we're hearing Alexander Marine will still be on the card as well. That's a big night for us on May 20th from the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland. But of course, that's preceded by the events that will take place in London, England, when Gervonta Davis goes up against Liam Walsh. Big bout for him as well.
That's about, I think, a lot of fight fans now, not just the local fight fans anymore, because Gervonta has created a name for himself, you know, with the help of the most popular fighter at one time in the world, Floyd Mayweather, you know, promotions. And he's moving Gervonta in a position where he's able to get a title, which he won the IBF junior lightweight title. And now he's going up against the mandatory, which is Liam Walsh, and Walsh is no pushover. Walsh is a tough fighter, and Walsh says this is the fight he's been waiting for. But my thing is he waiting for a type of fighter like Gervonta Davis is? You know, is he asking for too much, or he's just willing to accept the challenge and see what happens? And I think that's the case.
It's going to be an interesting day and a big day for us. Saturday, May 20th, Gervonta Davis versus Liam Walsh from London. That'll be followed by Gary Russell Jr. defending his title against Oscar Escandón at the MGM National Harbor in Oxon Hill, Maryland. So big day indeed. Now coming up we start looking at June a little bit. Saturday, June 3rd, King's Motions card there, featuring likes of Justin Hurd, Michael Professor Fox, Luther Lights Out Smith, Greg Outlaw, the sharpshooter, Tariq Irby scheduled to be on the card. Marcus Bates scheduled to be on the card. The debut of Malik Lofton out of this area, and as well as Jordan the Kid Peters. That's Saturday, June 3rd at Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland. Looking forward to that as well. Then on Saturday, June 17th, from the Copper Mine New Burns Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, got a big card, Shabazz Brothers card there. Feature like the Travis Severe Reeves, Tyree Shea, Lady Tiger Douglas. We're hearing Jennifer Salinas will be on that card as well, along with Hakeem Rahman Jr. and Sharif Rahman, and many others. We'll talk more about that later on. Now let's go to our ring announcer tonight, and that is out of 98 Rock Radio of Baltimore, is Kirk McEwen is our ring announcer tonight.
Howard Thompson, Craig Callen, please. Fighters to the ring.
We're getting ready for our first bout of the evening.
There's no Wi-Fi, right?
Yeah. Waiting for our first bout of the evening. Here comes. I'm not sure who this is right now. Oh, it must be Howard Thompson out of Shelby, North Carolina, coming to the ring now. It looks like we had an update on the card tonight. Let's talk to Warren about that, Warren.
Just got word from Adrian Davis, Devontae Speed Rawls. He didn't make weight, but he went out and got. I think he was over 3 pounds. They said got rid of 2. He got rid of 2 pounds, but still came over a pound over, and was willing to give up some purse to make the fight. But his opponent still didn't want to make the fight, so the fight's off.
So we're down to 4 bouts now. 4 bouts on the card. So Devontae Speed Rawls' bout is off. And that bout against Vanny Metcalf, which I thought was the most interesting bout on the card, is off tonight. Sorry to hear about that.
Craig Callen to the ring, please.
So Craig Callen, waiting for Craig Callen to come to the ring. He's 2-1, 2 KOs. Howard Thompson looking for his first win. He's already in the ring. Looks like Craig Callen is coming to the ring now. Being led to the ring by the Manassas Mauler himself, Scott Farmer. And also in the ring, Andrew the Two-Man Farmer helping work Craig Callen's corner along with his father Scott. Don't forget to chat with us throughout the evening, and the evening is becoming more and more interesting by the moment. So we'll see what happens here. We now have 4 bouts on the card. Devontae Speed Rawls' bout, he did not make weight, so his bout against Vanny Metcalf is off this evening. So waiting ring announcer Kirk McEwen to get started. He's a local radio personality from one of the local radio stations in Baltimore. Here's Kirk McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Michael's 8th Avenue for Friday Night Fights. A Jake the Snake Smith Baltimore boxing production. My name is Kirk McEwen. We've got several bouts for you. Professionals ready to go. Tonight's bouts. are sanctioned and supervised by the Maryland State Athletic Commission. In attendance tonight, Commissioner David J. Norman, your Executive Director, Patrick Panella, our ringside physicians, Dr. A. Craig Fisher, Dr. Ian M. Wiener, and our chief physician tonight, Dr. John W. Stiller, our timekeeper, Don Risher, scorekeeper, Joe Giordano. Ladies and gentlemen, our first bout, 148.2 pounds, fighting out of the blue corner, from Shelby, North Carolina, with a record of 0-1, Howard Thompson. Fighting out of the red corner, 145.2 pounds, out of Winchester, Virginia, a 2-1 record with 2 wins by knockout, Craig Callan.
Kenny Chevalier is the referee tonight for this first bout. We're scheduled for 4 rounds here from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. We get our pro portion underway. Thanks for staying with us. Alongside Juan Marshall, I'm Gary Digital Williams. Here we go, round 1, scheduled for 4. Callan starting off early with a left jab. Tries a left hook and misses. Callan moving to his left now, trying the left hand. Left jab by Callan. Thompson looking to find an opening. Tries to throw a left jab there. 2 men staying at distance right now. There's a left jab by Callan, right hand to the body by Callan. And Thompson missing with the left hand of his own. Callan moving to his right. Thompson tries the right hand. Gets blocked by the left hand of Callan.
We got 2 girls going hit one another. Kick his ass, Seabass!
And left jab by Callan. Left hand over the top by Callan misses. Right hand by Thompson also misses. Inside the first minute, round 1, scheduled for 4. A tangle in the middle of the ring. And Callan inside throws the right hand. Left jab blocked by Thompson. Right hand over the top by Thompson. Now left hand by Callan makes Thompson slip, but no knockdown. Clever touch, but no knockdown. Was a slip first. And there's right hand by Thompson. Thompson staying on the inside, trying to cut off Callan. Callan with the left hand over the top. There's right hand missing by Callan. Heading toward the final minute of the first round, scheduled for 4. Left hand missing and right hand missing by Thompson. Definitely a filling out process in this first round. Right hand to the body by Thompson. Thompson in the black trunks. Callan in the red trunks with the white trim.
Sheldon, hit him.
Thompson now dancing on the outside over our real-time pay-per-view location. We'll tell you where we are after this bout, by the way. Give you an idea where we are. We head toward the final moment of the first round. We're scheduled for 4. Left hand by Callan, misses. Both men now posturing in the middle of the ring. Left hand by Callan, misses. He tries a left jab. Left hand over the top by Callan. It's a second stick away in his first round. Right hand over the top by Thompson. That lands on the head. So posturing first round here. And our first bout tonight from Michael's 8th Avenue. Let us know where we are. We are in a neutral corner. The blue corner is off to our right. The red corner is straight ahead of us. on the left-hand side of the ring, and we're directly across from the far neutral corner. And Juan, that was a very legitimate filling out process.
Yeah, it's definitely a filling out process. It was so filling out that the second round they actually going to have to come out and fill each other out for real because it's only a 4-round fight.
Yeah.
And not too much action going on in this round. And then with experienced fighter Andrew Farmer in the corner of Callan, we're going to have to see what happens coming out with Thompson. Because Thompson seems like they're a more aggressive fighter, and Callan seems like the one that's trying to establish a jab, but he doesn't have a quick jab.
Yeah, it does look like Andrew Farmer is taking the lead on this one. He's in the corner. Scott Farmer, his father, is off to the left, really handling the water.
Second time.
Here we go, round 2 coming up, scheduled for 4. And here we go, round 2.
Round 2.
Is Callan trying to throw a left jab? Callan trying to throw a left hand over the top. And both men, Callan tried to pop out with a left jab, couldn't do it. His left hand, good right hand to the body by Callan. His left hand by Callan, now right hand to the body once again. Callan trying to engineer some offense here in this second round. Now Thompson posturing out his left jab, kind of holding out there, then throws it a little bit. Ken Chevalier was warning him from measuring. First minute, round 2, scheduled for 4. Right hand over the top by Callan, misses. Right hand over the top, misses by Thompson. Left jab by Callan. Right hand, both men landing good shots there. Left hand by Callan, right hand by Thompson. There's the right hand over the top by Callan. And Thompson goes back, runs to his left. They tangle once again, and Callan lands left hand. Left hand misses by Thompson. We head toward the final minute of the second round. Neither man really wanting to exchange much. Both guys standing at a distance, trying to land shots. Left jab by, there's the left hand by Callan. That lands, and now Thompson's in his own corner, back to his own corner. But he comes out, throws left hand to his own.
Stick and move, man. Stick and move.
And Callan trying to cut Thompson off. Thompson moving side to side from the left to his right. There's right hand to the body by Callan. Tries the left hand over the top, misses. We head to the final moments of the second round. This one scheduled for 4. There's a right hand over the top by Callan. Left hand to the body by Callan. Right hand by Callan. Callan trying to work the body. Thompson throws a right uppercut and misses. Left hand, right hand missing. There's a left hand and a pipe by Thompson that misses. We head to the final seconds of the second round. And both men try to get shots going at the bell. And I would think it looks like that both men having a tough time getting some good accuracy going in the second round.
They are in range of each other, but for some reason they're not letting their hands go. And when they do get in close, they let a few punches go, but they don't let anything that will help them in this fight happen. You know, when I say that, what I mean is using their jab to set up punches. Callan here is a telegraph punch when he leaves out there too long, and Thompson is not able to counter punch like he should, and so both of them are not doing what they're supposed to do in order to establish that, you know, who's taking control of the fight.
Get ready for the third round.
Second time.
See if the action can pick up a little bit in this third round.
Round 3 on the schedule 4-round bout.
So, round 3 scheduled for 4. Music's still playing for whatever reason. Right hand over the top by Callan, misses. Left hand by Callan, trying to land left hand. Both men landing slapping punches there. A good exchange there. There's left hand by Callan. Right hand to the body by Callan. But Thompson lands a right hand, but he also pushes Callan down to the canvas. Ken Chevalier correctly calls no knockdown. Right hand by Thompson, but a right hand to the body by Callum. Over the far neutral corner. Now Thompson has his back to us in our real-time Premier League ringside seats. Right hand to the body by Callum. Left right hand to the body, left hand to the body by Callum. Thompson trying to throw the right hand. Left hand by Callum. That backs Thompson up a little bit. Left hand, right hand to the hip that time by Callum. That was a little low. Halfway through round 3. Thompson with the right hand, but Callum comes back. Throws a couple more there. Right hand to the chest by Callum. Callum. Right hand to the body. Oh, good left hand by Callum. Left hand, right hand to the body. Left hand upstairs with a jab by Craig Callan. Out of Winchester, Virginia. Right hand over the top. He's 2-1 with 2 KOs. Right hand misses by Callan. By Thompson. Left hand missed by Thompson. Left hand missed by Callan that time. The left hand by Callum. Now Callum tries to trap Thompson in Callan's own corner, but Thompson gets out of the way by moving to his right. Right hand now by Thompson as he goes a little southpaw there. Now goes back conventional. Left hand over the top by Callum. He falls over the right hand. Left hand to the body by Callum. Left hand to the body by Callum once again. Here to the final moments of this third round. Left hand by Callum. The body shot starting to take their toll just a little bit here tonight. Right hand over the top by Callum, misses. They tangle once again. Referee Chevalier verbally breaks him up. Left hand and right hand to the chest by Callan as the bell rings. So those body shots starting to take their toll now for Craig Callan over Howard Thompson.
Yeah, Thompson seems like he's wearing down a lot. And what actually Callan is not doing a whole lot, but he's doing enough to win the last 2 rounds, which I saw. And he's landing more shots more often, especially with the body shots he's landing. And some of them might seem kind of low because Thompson's shorts are kind of high. And with the punches Callan are landing on him, like I said, those body shots are taking a toll. And Thompson's dropping his hands a little bit more, and he's fighting backwards. And actually, he's not even fighting; he's just backing up right now, and it's not helping him out at all.
Our main event later on tonight will be Donald Rawls taking on Gregory Clark in the middleweight bout. And you've just joined us. Devontae Speed Rawls' bout is off the card tonight. His bout against Evgeny Mechanov did not happen. Rawls did not make weight. Speed Rawls did not make weight in this bout. Here we go, 4th and final round of opening bout tonight. Howard Thompson looking for his first win. He's 0-1. Craig Callan 2-1, 2 KOs. Thompson over the top with the right hand. Right hand by Thompson. Left jab by Callan. Good stiff left jab there. Left hand over the top by Callan, misses. Thompson tried a combination in front, in close. Right hand to the body by Callan. Left hand to the head by Callan. Left hand to the body, right hand to the body by Callan. Followed up with a left hand upstairs. Callan trying to look for one shot. And you come behind that one shot. Right hand on the top by Cowan. Allen trying to cut Thompson off. Left jab by Thompson. There's a right hand to the body. Left hand to the body by Callan. Combinations got Thompson up against the ropes. Callan lets Thompson off the ropes as Thompson moves to his left. Body shots once again by Callan. Left hand to the body, right hand to the body by Callan. Right hand, left hand to the by Callan. And tangle once again. Left hand up top by Callan. Right hand to the body, left hand to the body by Callan. Callan now has Thompson up against the ropes. Left hand over the top by Callan, misses. Right hand misses. There's left hand by Callan. Left hand to the body, Callan. Right hand to the body. Inside the final minute of the final round. Thompson tries to go southpaw, and the combination there by Callan. Callan has Thompson trapped him in his own corner. Lands a right uppercut him close. Thompson pushes him out of the way with the left jab. Right hand over the top by Callan. Right hand by Thompson. They're in the center of the ring now, close to the center. Right hand to the body by Callan. Left hand up top by Callan. Left hand misses by Callan. Right hand misses by Thompson as well. Callan pushes Thompson against the ropes. Try to land some shots. To the right hand up top by Callan. Left hand to the body. Tries right uppercut and misses through the guard. Doesn't get through the guard. There's right hand to the body, left hand to the body. Final seconds, final round. Right, left hand to the body. They tangle once again. Thompson with the right hand. Left hand. They tangle once again. The bell rings. They end the bout. So, again, the awkwardness of that bout, neither man really doing any real damage, but I think Callan threw enough punches to win the bout.
Yeah, he definitely closed out the last few rounds with showing that I can't say dominating, but he did enough to show that he was the one in charge of this fight. So Callan, I have him definitely winning the last 3 rounds. You know, both fighters filling out each other in the first round, pretty much the whole round trying to fill each other out, maybe not even throwing or landing even 20 shots between the both of them in the first round. But like I said, it ended off a little stronger for Callan. I think he pulled it out.
So we get the official decision from ring announcer Kirk McEwen. As you come to tonight from our real-time pain relief ringside seats, alongside Warren Marshall, I'm Gary Digital Williams. We're brought to you by Real-Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. Judges for the first bout, Steve Rados, Paul Wallace, and Brent Bovell. Kirk McEwen, well, let's see. Ringside are trying to fix one of the spotlights here. See how that works, but in the meantime, Kirk McEwen has the decision of the judges, and he's kind of new to this, so he's getting assistance from Maryland State Commission Executive Director Pat Pinella on how to read this thing. Go now, let's see, we go down. Ring announcer Kirk McEwen with the official decision.
We have a unanimous decision. Judges Steve Rados, Paul Wallace, and Brent Bovell. All score at 40-36. For the winner, out of Winchester, Virginia, in the red corner, Craig Callan.
So Craig Callan raises record now to 3-1. He goes the distance for the first time in his pro career.
Our second winner coming up soon.
He's 3-1 now, 2 KOs. Howard Thompson falls to 0-2. Losing back-to-back now, unanimous decisions. Now, next bout is scheduled to be debuting Desmond Towns out of Baltimore, Maryland. He will take on veteran Martez Williamson from Akron, Ohio, with a record of 3-18. Just a reminder, our next scheduled broadcast of our live boxing card will be on Saturday, June the 3rd. We come to you from Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland for the King Promotions card. Some people involved in that card. Tariq Irby scheduled to be in that card. Michael Fox. Also, Marcus Bates scheduled to be on that card as well, and a whole lot more. That'll be on Saturday, June 3rd, from Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland. And don't forget, we are going to be reporting, Juan Marshall and I will be reporting from the MGM National Harbor, Oxon Hill, Maryland. Hope we do some post-fight wrap-up show, undercard wrap-up all throughout the night for May 20th, as we'll be live at the bout between Gary Russell Jr. and Oscar Escandón. And also we'll give you a report, our look at what took place earlier tonight between Gervonta Davis and Liam Walsh. We said earlier, it's a huge card for us tonight.
Definitely a huge card. Actually, even a great build-up for the entire year going into this card. You know, starting off with the MGM Grand, everybody already know pretty much in the boxing world what that venue was built for, and it's coming to light. You know, and now Gary Russell is going to be this is going to be what the third title card at that venue, you know, and when you say MGM, that basically they're known for title fights,
right?
And that's what they're going to hold themselves to, and that's what they've been doing. They're doing a great job at it.
And it's a big night for us in Beltway now. I don't know what you heard. You were at the media workout this week. I don't know what you heard about the ticket sales, but the rumor is that the ticket sales are going very slowly, unfortunately. So I'm not sure if you've heard that.
I'm not sure if I heard it, but I know they were saying tickets are still available. So in my mind, I questioned and wondering how well they were selling, if they're still available going into the final week. And we watched how Lomachenko, the tickets sold out within, a month or 2 weeks, a few weeks, they were gone. So, you know, it's a filling out process to see how the fans will show out for a Gary Russell event, homecoming event, basically what it is, and see where and if he will continue to fight here based on the outcome of this fight.
Well, you know, truth be told, you know, of course, the Lomachenko social bout was a sellout crowd, no question about that. We came close to a sellout when Malik Hawkins and Hasim Rahman Jr. fought there. Of course, the main event, Mitchie Bivol versus Samuel Clarkson. But even though a lot of people didn't know who the guys were in the main event, Baltimore in particular showed out for that card on April 14th. So there's no reason for folks on this side of the Beltway, the D.C. side of the Beltway, who are closer to the MGM National Harbor, there's no reason why they should not show up on Saturday, May 20th.
And that's what it is. And you explained it perfectly when you said on this side of the region, because Baltimore is like its own little city.
Right.
And they travel here for to come to represent somebody outside of Baltimore. They travel outside of their local area to come and pack a house, pretty much pack the place out of their own fans for their fighters in their location. So with Russell, we have fans in Maryland, Virginia, and DC, right there in the vicinity of the National Harbor. And I'm curious why it's not a standout, a sold-out crowd right now. Yeah. Basically being a Showtime event, a televised card, And most of the time, fight fans love going to televised cards. It's more exciting to them when they know it's on television.
Right. And, of course, it is going to be a big day because not only Showtime has bouts, but also HBO has bouts because they have Terrence Crawford taking on Felix Diaz from Madison Square Garden.
Our referee for the second bout tonight, Brent Bobel, our judges, Kenny Chevalier.
On that card as well.
And Paul Wallace.
Here's Martez Williamson, Akron, Ohio, in the ring.
Desmond Towns to the ring.
Desmond Towns coming to the ring now.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for bout number 2. All the professional tip. Weighing in at 182.8 pounds, fighting out of the blue corner. Out of Alliance, Ohio, with a record of 3 wins and 18 losses. Ladies and gentlemen, Martez Williamson. Weighing in at 181.4 pounds. Fighting out of the red corner. Out of the hometown of Baltimore, Maryland, making his professional debut, ladies and gentlemen, Desmond Towns.
There we go. Martez Williamson out of Alliance, Ohio, taking on the debuting Desmond Towns out of Baltimore. Alongside Juan Marshall, I'm Gary Digital Williams. We're in our real-time pain relief ringside seats live for the Baltimore Boxing Promotions card from Michaels 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Here you go, round 1, scheduled for 4. Towns in the black trunks with the white trim, and Williams in the blue trunks with the white trim. And Towns in very shiny boots here. Towns now moving to his right. Right hand to the head by Williamson. And more posturing. Left hand, left jab by Towns. Left hand by Williamson. Williamson with a very weird stance there. Trying to throw the right hand from a distance. They tangle near the middle of the ring. They break themselves clean. Right hand missing by Williamson. Left hand by Williamson missing. Left hand low by Williamson, but he's able to throw a lot of weird shots there. Very awkward. Towns tried to throw a jab and cover right hand. He misses there. Right hand inside by Towns missing. Halfway through, Williams looks like he's actually giving Towns a target. Right hand by Towns. Williamson gets caught with a right uppercut. There's a right hand by Towns. Into the final minute of the first round, scheduled for 4. Right hand missing by Towns. Martez Williamson, they hold each other. Towns turns him around toward his own corner, but referee Brent Bovell will break him and warns Williamson. Warns Williamson for pushing. Now Williamson trying to go conventional. Now he's just squared up in front of Towns. Left hand and right hand missing by Williamson. Head to the final moments of the first round. And again, a very awkward first round to start this bout. And so far these bouts not getting off to the best of starts here. And both men missing more than they were hitting tonight.
Yeah, Towns is the shorter fighter, needs to start to try to work inside. He might catch a few shots from the taller Williamson, but still, that's where he needs to be. And Williamson, he has a herky-jerky style, like you were saying, as far as the way he throws his punches. You know, sometimes you see his hands lean to the side. Sometimes he's winging punches out instead of straight jabs, using his jab. And plus, he's a taller fighter, so I don't know why he's fighting like that. All he needs to do is establish a jab and make the fight harder for Townsend. That's it, because Townsend is very short.
So get ready for round 2. You're listening to live coverage of the Baltimore Pro Boxing card from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland, right here on the Boxing Law and Beltway Google app for Android. Our Spreaker listeners can hear us on the iOS pages on Boxing Law and Beltway and iHeartRadio.com. Gary Digital Williams alongside Juan Marshall. We're live in our real-time pain relief ringside seats. It's round 2, and Towns comes right over to Martez Williamson. So I'll try to do exactly what Juan Marshall's saying, get right inside of Martez Williamson, who is the taller fighter in this situation. Left hand up top by Towns. Williamson trying to go right hand. He's switching back and forth from southpaw to conventional, almost in mid-punch. Both men had to watch their heads, according to referee Brent Bovell. Right hand and slapping right hands there by Williamson. Left hand over the top, missing right hand by Williamson. Williamson trying to drive Towns back. Towns staying on the outside. Both men posturing in the center of the ring now. The left hand missing by Towns. Williamson goes southpaw and tries to throw a right jab. Uppercut by Towns. Been tangling. Williamson hanging out his left hand, and they tangle once again. But he was hanging out his left hand, looking to throw it, but couldn't do it. Heading to the halfway point of round 2, scheduled for 4. Left hand by Williamson, missing, but right hand up top by Towns. Right hand missing by Williamson. Left hand down low there by Williamson. Right hand to the back of Towns by Williamson. Referee Brent Bovell warns him. Left hand over the top by Towns. jab missing by Williamson. Man tangled his right hand by Williamson. Towns runs out of the way. That was interesting there. And tangles inside the foul minute. His right hand hits the shoulder of Towns by Martez Williamson. Left hand to the body, touch there by Williamson. Right hand up top, right hand uppercut by Towns. They tangle in the middle of the ring. Referee Brent Bovell lets them work their way out, and they do so. Left jab by Towns, left hand by Williamson. Final seconds of the second round. And we get ready for a third round coming up as the bell gets ready to ring. And again, it's a situation where Martez Williamson knows how to survive. He's only been knocked out 3 times, and those were in his first 5 bouts. He hasn't been knocked out since November of 2013. But again, Desmond Towns not making him work for any defense either.
Yeah, Williams, he needs to throw straight punches. Towns, he's doing, he's trying to get inside, but he's in the wrong angle. And when I mean he's in the wrong angle, when he's inside, he's turned to the side where if he punches, he's not being able to land any shots to the body of Williamson. And so now when he gets inside, he has to put his chest in Williams's. He has to put his head in Williams's chest. That way he can start landing some body shots and be able to break Williamson down a little bit. That way Williamson can drop his hands a little bit, and then maybe he can go up top with some head shots.
Third round. Our co-feature will be next. Matthew Bowling taking on Lawrence Martin. Dwayne Lawrence Martin.
Third round.
And here we go, round 3. Of course, our main event, Donald Walls versus Gregory Clark. Both men tangle. Now Williamson trying to throw a left jab. Man missing the right hand over the top by Williamson. He posed as he landed. Well, he didn't really land the shot, but he posed anyway with the right hand. And tangle once again, referee Bovell separates them. Right hand by Williamson. Got to throw that with some force. Williamson's hands down. Towns trying to land some shots. Wild right hand by Williamson. Right hand to the body by Towns as Williamson moved to his left. Williamson squared up in front of Towns. Williamson tried to throw the right hand, didn't do it. And then got into a little bit of a clinch and then got away. There's left hand by Towns. There's a tangle. They work inside in close quarters. Right uppercut missing by Towns, but he landed a short left hand in there. Halfway through the third round, scheduled for 4. Left hand by Towns, that landed. Williams is still there though. They tangle once again. Both men separate themselves once again. There's a right hand by Towns. Towns tries to follow up, but he can't do it. Williamson gets out of the way. They tangle once again. Right in the center of the ring, Brent Bovell separates them. Right hand, they tangle and go down to the ground. Referee Brent Bovell lets both men get up, checks both men's gloves. So they hang on the third round. Of course, no knockdown there as both men fell to the ground. Left hand over the top, missing by Williamson. Williamson in the blue trunks with the white trim. Towns in the black trunks with the white trim and the shiny black boxing shoes. Right hand missing, right hand to the back by Williamson. makes Towns stumble, but really didn't affect him. Final seconds of third round. They tangle once again. And I tell you, with Martez Williamson's punches, they've got Morse code, and they're telling Towns to get out of the way.
Yeah, Williams, if he straightened those shots out, he possibly can do something. But Towns needs to recognize that when Williams are winding those shots up, it's his opportunity to land straight shots before Towns is able to make the overhand right come, because there's a slow overhand right, and Township has time enough to see that and be able to come in and land shots of his own, which he's not doing right now. You know, he's getting in. Williamson is allowing Towns to come in because Williams is actually sliding in and getting close to Towns, but Towns is not taking advantage of that. He's making it harder for himself by not throwing the punches that he needs to throw. And with Towns coming in and being inside trying to like he's trying to do, all Towns has to do is come with an uppercut because Williams is so wide open for it.
Now get ready for the fourth and final round.
It's our fourth and final round in bout number 2 of 4.
Right hand, missing by Thompson. Williamson against Desmond Towns. Williamson, more active boxer early in this fourth round. Towns sort of crab walking his way in. Left hand missing by Towns, a tangle. Referee Brent Bovell lets them work their way out, and then finally separates them. Warns Towns keep his head up. Right hand missing by Towns. Tangle once again. Williams with the left hand. Right hand almost landing down the pike by Williamson. He just barely missed that one. Left hand by Williamson. He had a little pose there before he threw that left hand. And tangle once again, referee Brent Bovell separates him. First minute, final round. Left hand by Williamson. They tangle once again. And Williamson with a good left hand moves Towns out of the way. Left hand by Wills. Towns tries to throw a left jab. But Williamson catching Towns coming in a little bit. They tangle once again. Every Bovell separates them. Ooh. They land hands once again. Their heads almost clash. Every Brent Bovell separates them. Tangle once again. Hands are free, so Williamson punches his way out. Towns almost gallops towards Williamson, trying to land shots, but he doesn't land any. Referee Brent Bovell separates them. Left jab by Towns. There's a right hand to the body by Towns. Right hand again by Towns to the body. Inside the final minute of the final round. Right hand over the top missing by Towns. Towns missing with the right hand once again. Williamson doing a good job getting out of the way of those punches. Right hand, double right hand by Williamson lands to the body and to the head. There's a left jab left hand to the body by Williamson. Williamson doing a little better in this round. We come to the close of the round and the fight itself. But definitely Williamson looked like the more active fighter, bullpen landing punches at the end of the bout. Williamson might have gotten the best of that exchange with the right hand as the bell rings.
Second bout tonight.
So Williamson with a good fourth round made it close in that situation.
Yeah, Williamson actually cleaned it up a little bit in that final round. His punches were straighter. He was more active in the last round. He closed the round out pretty good. We landed some straight shots, and he actually had Towns up against the ropes where he landed a couple of shots, and it looked like one of the shots actually hurt Towns, closing that final round out. So I think with Williams closing that round out like he did, he might have pulled it out for himself.
Interesting to see what happened. Williamson 3-18. Going into this bout, Desmond Towns making his pro debut.
Nobody actually showed that they actually won a round.
We'll get the official word from ring announcer Kirk McEwen.
It didn't actually show that he won the round. If I was to choose, I would that might have given him that little still don't give it
Waiting the official word here ringside. Neither man did a whole lot until the fourth round, and that was really Thompson's round. So you can see a case of them giving the bout to Thompson. No question about that.
This was about where I didn't see any fighter convincingly win any round. But if I was to choose, I would go by activity, and the few punches that I seen get landed more were the ones from Williams in my what I saw.
So ring announcer Kirk McEwen getting the tutorial from Patrick Pinella. Kirk McEwen, a radio personality here in Baltimore. So let's see if we get that squared away. Once again, taking a little long because Kirk McEwen is not true to this. He's new to this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Here he is.
Judge Paul Wallace scores it 37-39 Williamson. Judge Kenny Chevalier scores it 39-37 Towns. Judge Steve Rados scores it 38-38. We have a draw. Who wants to see a rematch? Ladies and gentlemen.
So that bout goes to a 4-round draw.
Nice job to both of our fighters.
Once again, Judge Paul Wallace scored the bout for Williamson 39-37. Judge Kenny Chevalier scored the bout for Towns 39-37. And Steve Rados saw the draw at 38-38. So Desmond Towns now 0-0-1 in his pro debut. Martez Williamson 3-18-1. And about it could go on either way, no question about that. About that really had a tough time starting. So not totally surprised at the result of that card. Our co-feature comes up next as Matthew Boogeyman Bowling out of Chantilly, Virginia. Now taking on Dwayne Martin out of Laurel, Maryland. By way of Guyana, as a matter of fact. And of course, our main event, Donald Wallace out of Baltimore, Dangerous Donald Wallace, taking on Gregory Glizzy Clark in a 6-round bout. We'll take this time out and get ready for our Skull feature. Stay with us.
I saw that.
That's kind of what I expected. That's kind of what I expected. Nobody wanted to be around.
Right, exactly.
It was a weird bout.
Both of them have been weird so far.
That spot style.
Right. That's probably bad.
That's what I was.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a good fight for anybody. He's a tough fight for anybody.
Nobody from Wilson, North Carolina was there.
I think people started getting the real.
What the hell was that card at the convention center with Irby over there?
Oh no, at the Sphinx Club.
No, that's who it was.
That was. Oh my God. I felt. You know what?
How was that loud?
I felt bad for the fighters because the caliber of fighters that they were as amateurs, to get a pro debut with that.
Dude, listen, like, Irby fight way better guys than him.
That's
Sierra Brown, whoever.
That's why I felt sorry. I was like, man, you know what? It's not this fighter issue. It's getting in the ring and fight well. It's the people that match up. If I was, I'd be like, man, please put me in on somebody that has some talent.
Has a force.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knew exactly what was going to happen. What the hell, like,
Yep.
let's just say I'm glad I was in college for that one.
Definitely.
As soon as I saw the thing on the website, I was like, what the God? Who do you think would have won that main event tonight? Had it happened?
I was going. I don't know.
You don't know what kind of style he's going to bring to the fight.
Right.
Guerrero hasn't fought in 2 years.
Exactly. That's why I was thinking Kisner beat him in the amateurs, but you know.
Tao still working with Guerrero. Tao working with him.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I know he was working with him when I saw him fight up in Delaware.
Yeah.
When he did when that first belt up there. I think that was like a WBF or something like that.
The same belt that Kisner had now. Same belt, NBA.
I saw him when he did Delaware. I don't even think he fought since then. Has he?
No, he did. He got knocked out in the first round.
Oh, okay.
And fought soon.
Simon Luther
Right.
He was off that fight.
He lost it. Yep.
That's what happened. Right.
Maybe he didn't want to be like his brother.
Maybe. I don't know.
I was doing good work with Sean Porter.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like my man. Sean Porter used to fight on Guerrero undercard.
Right.
Back in the day.
Exactly.
I realized the other day, I thought Stevenson had a young problem. Jonathan was on the
That's right. Darnell Boone. Darnell Boone, yeah.
Is Phil Benson done?
No. Kevin McMahon said that they should get back into it.
I'd like to see him like Hogan. They're both like pretty long now. Hogan, Harris, or Nicholson. Nicholson would have won some
Wayne Martin coming back to the ring for the first time since 2010. Also known as Lawrence Martin. Now this has been Washington, D.C. He'll take on the boogeyman, Matthew Bowling. Now fighting out of Chantilly, Virginia, apparently. Lawrence Martin in the ring for Lawrence Martin is Thomas Cale Snow.
Ladies and gentlemen, celebrating her birthday with us tonight at Michael's 8th Avenue, Robin Camado. Robin Camado. Happy birthday, Robin. Intermission after this.
So very appropriately to the ring, and unfortunately, the ring announcer talked through his ring music. But Matthew Boogeyman Bowling coming to "I'm Your Boogeyman" by KC and the Sunshine Band. Shades of Darnell the Dingling Man Wilson coming to my Dingling by Chuck Berry. Matthew Bowling coming into "I'm Your Boogeyman."
Our third bout, scheduled to go 4 rounds, 3 minutes each. Ladies and gentlemen, our referee, Brent Bovell. Our judges, Kenny Chevalier, Steve Ramos, and Paul Wallace. Weighing in at 133.2 pounds. Out of Washington, D.C., fighting out of the blue corner with a record of 2-1. Dwayne Martin. And weighing in at 133.8 pounds. Out of Chantilly, Virginia, fighting out of the red corner. Undefeated record, 4 wins, 0 losses, all 4 wins by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Matthew Bowling, the Boogeyman.
Protect yourselves at all times. Very knock commands at all times. Let's touch them up.
Kirk McEwen needs to learn the fundamental rule: never talk during a boxer's ring music. I don't think he knew that, but that's what it was. It was his ring music. Here's round 1, Matthew Bowling. All 4 wins by knockout. All 4 wins in the first round as he goes up against Dwayne Martin. Left hand over the top by Martin, keeping the charging Boogeyman Bowling off of him. Left hand over the top by Bowling. Left hand missing by Bowling. Bowling is southpaw with the brown trunks and white and orange trim. Left hand landing. And he tangles again. Referee Brent Bovell separates him. Left hand over the top by Bowling. Left hand missing by Bowling. Bowling trying to cut Martin off and doing a good job thus far. He's got him trapped in Bowling's own and Martin's own corner off to our right here, the blue corner. The left hand by Bowling. Now they follow him down the far neutral corner. Bowling landing some shots inside, and Martin not landing a whole lot in return. Heading to the halfway point of round 1. Right hand over the top, left hand by Bowling. Now left jab by Martin. Against the southpaw Bowling. Bowling trying to throw left hand. Martin comes back with the right hand of his own. Left hand over the top by Bowling. Heading to the final minute. It's left hand, right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling, right hand over the top by Bowling. Left hand over the top, Bowling missed by Martin. Bowling trying to throw left hand of his own. Martin throwing a couple left jabs, Bowling throwing a right jab. We're inside the final minute of the first round. Right hand by Martin lands. Left hand over the top. Left hand over the top by Martin. Right, left hand by Bowling. Right hand over the top by underneath by Bowling. Right hand by Martin down the pike. Martin now with his back to Bowling's corner. Bowling trying to land shots in the body. Left hand by Bowling. We're getting very close to Matthew Bowling getting out of the first round for the very first time in his young pro career. Right hand by Martin. Right hand down the pipe by Martin. Uppercut first, power by the right hand. Almost catches Bowling with the left. That uppercut. Final seconds, first round. Left hand, right hand missing by Martin. As this first round comes to a close, and again, for the first time, Matthew Bowling gets out of the first round in his young pro career.
Now this is the time when he's going to realize that he's not in the same type of fight anymore, and see can he make adjustments as the rounds get longer, in which they say going into deep water. Even though this is a 4-round fight, like you said, he's never been past the first. So with Martin seems to me as the round was coming to a close, he was getting his timing down for Bowden. And he was starting to land some shots on him. So now I'm thinking his trainer, Thomas Snow, is going to tell him to pick up the pace a little bit more and start using his jab and start putting some counter punches together.
Wayne Martin last fought on January 29th of 2010. Took place right here in Michaels 8th Avenue. And Wayne Martin defeated Daryl Martin, no relation, by a 4-round majority decision.
Round 2.
Get ready for round 2 coming up. We're scheduled for 4. Coming tonight from Michaels 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland. Gary Digital Williams alongside Juan Marshall. And Martin's foot slipped on maybe the logo and part of the logo in the middle of the ring. But maybe their feet got tangled. Again, Bowling's a southpaw. And Martin, the conventional fighter. Both men tangled, land some shots in close. There's a right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling, right hand to the back of the head, and Martin comes back with a right hand to the body. Right hand, left hand by Bowling, right hand by Bowling as well. And Martin may be in a little bit of trouble. I thought he might have gotten thumbed in the eye by accident. But it looks like Bowling's trapped Martin in his own corner. Left hand by Bowling, right hand by Bowling, left hand missing by Bowling. Martin tries the right hand. Bowling going back to the body, now up top with a combination. There's the left hand by Bowling, right hand, left hand to the body. Right hand up top by Bowling. Left hand to the body, right hand to the body. Another left hand to the body, right hand up top by Bowling. He's still got Martin trapped in that corner. Martin doing a decent job getting out of the way, but still tough road to hoe right now as Bowling's got him trapped and cut off. And finally, Martin pushes Bowling away and gets out of the corner off to his left. But a good sequence there by Matthew Bowling. His left hand to the body, by left hand up top by Matthew Boogeyman Bowling. Left hand to the body once again by Bowling. Past halfway point of round 2, scheduled for 4. There's a right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Martin and close. There's a right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling. And Martin comes out of that right hand hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling up top. Bowling starting to land shots a little cleaner here. There's another left hand by Bowling. Right near our real-time pain relief location. A tangle once again. Left hand on top of the head by Bowling. Bowling misses with the right hook. Left hook misses by Bowling. Left hand to the body by Bowling. Right hand over the top by Bowling. Left hand to the body. And couple right hands by Bowling, then left hand by Bowling. Over in Bowling's corner, near Bowling's corner, on the ropes, is Dwayne Martin. Now they come out of the ropes. Bowling with left hand. Bowling with another right hand, a chopping right hand. Martin comes back with left hand of his own. Inside the 5 minutes, there's a good light hand by Martin. That landed well. And Tango once again come out of there. Now they are in the center of the ring. Left hand by Bowling as the second round comes to a close. Right hand by Bowling. They come to the final seconds of the second round. Left hand down the pipe. There's left hand by Bowling as the bell rings. But look like Bowling did an outstanding job of cutting the ring off on Dwayne Martin. And kudos to Wayne Martin for being able to stay in there.
Yeah, Martin was able to hang in there, but this round was all Bowling. Bowling came out from the beginning all the way to the end with continuous punches, continuous pressure. I mean, from one corner to the next, up against the ropes, was all Bowling pressing Martin.
Somebody needs a spanking.
for the third round.
They want to grow on. How much you pay?
Ready for the third round.
Now I'm a promoter.
Again, good second round for Matthew Bowling. And he seems to have taken control of this bout. Round 3, schedule 4. Both men tangle. They exchange left jabs. Right hand by Bowling. Pushes Martin against the ropes a little bit. Now Martin comes out of it. They tangle once again with their feet, but they seem to get out of it okay. Right hand by Bowling, left hand by Bowling down the pike. Right hand just missing. Got a glanced off the head of Dwayne Martin by Matthew Bowling. There's a couple good right hands. The left hand by Bowling. Martin tried to throw up, but he's in the far neutral corner. He tried to throw back. Referee Brent Bovell separates him. Martin tried to throw right hand, misses with the left hand. Now Bowling trying to stalk Martin. Martin lands a right hand to the body. Tries the right hand up top. Another right hand to the head by Dwayne Martin. Left hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling. Right hand to the body. Right hand to the left hand to the body by Bowling. Bowling with the left hand up top. Good uppercut there. Inside the first minute, round 3. Left hand by Bowling. Right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling. By Martin, excuse me. By Martin. A left jab by Martin that time. Bowling shaking his head. He's just challenging Martin to throw jabs right now. A left jab by Martin. His left hand over the top by Bowling in return. Right hand missing by Bowling. There's right hand over the top by Bowling. On back of the head, unfortunately. There's left hand by Bowling. Right hand by Martin and close. Right over our real-time pain relief location. Both men changing shots to the body, but left hand up top by Bowling. Left hand missing. Bowling gets pushed back. He comes right back with a couple good left hands. Another good left hand. Right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling. Bowling ducks the right hand and comes back with the left hand to the body. Into the foul minute, right hand. That was in the back of the head by Bowling that time. Right hand missing. The left hand by Bowling that doesn't miss. Bowling with his hands down now, but he throws left hand. Bowling dodges the right hand, shakes his head. Said it didn't hurt. And to the foul minute of the third round, scheduled for 4. Left hand missed by Bowling. Bowling crouches, tries to dig a left hand to the body. He does so. Final seconds, third round. Bowling doing an outstanding job of cutting the ring off on Martin. Left hand by Martin, though, coming in close. His left hand up top by Bowling as the round ends. But again, Bowling doing a good job cutting the ring off, but can't get enough power to land some clean shots.
I'm starting to see his skill level come to effect as the rounds go on, too, because, like I said, I had never seen anything from him before. This is the first time I've ever seen him fight. But now I'm starting to see the type of development that his trainer and everything trying to have for him. And now I see what they have. With his skill level, I see inside the ring, like you said, cutting the ring off and be able to be consistent and dominate a round from the beginning to end, which he's done for the last 2 rounds straight.
Scott Farm working the corner of Matthew Bowling.
And the crowd goes wild.
You ready for the 4th and final round?
We got one more bout tonight. Second, 4th and final round. And our third bout of 4.
Right hand Bowling charges Martin. He lands a couple good shots there. Martin lands shots in front. Brett Bovell warns both boxers to watch their heads, but that warning may have come a bit too late. It looks like Bowling may have landed a low blow there. And he's being warned to keep his head up. So everything's okay. We're in good shape. Fourth and final round. Right hand missing by Martin. Just an uppercut just barely missing there. Left hand to the body by Bowling. Left hand up top by Bowling. Martin tries to land a right hand. Left hand to the body by Bowling once again. Left hand by Martin, I should say. Right hand with the top by Bowling. First minute, final round. Martin tries the left jab. Right hand to the body by Martin tried, didn't work there. Right hand by Bowling. Right hand to the left hand to the body by Bowling. Left hand up top by Bowling. Bowling dances up and then comes back. Tries to land shots again. Bowling ducks the right hand, goes to the body. Ducks the left hand, goes to the body. Left hand to the body once again by Bowling. Left hand to the chest that time by Bowling. Left hand up top by Bowling once again with the uppercut. Straight left hand that time. Another good combination there by Bowling. Left hand up top by Bowling. Left hand to the body by Bowling. Right hand to the head by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling. Once again, left hand by Bowling. Left hand, that's staggered. May have staggered Martin a little bit. Had a little problem with his footing there, but he seems to be okay now. Both men missing with right hands. Martin is a good counter right hand there. Straight right hand. Left hand to the head by Bowling. Into the final minute of the final round. Right hand missing by Bowling. Good left hand by Bowling. Right hand around the corner by Bowling. Right in front of our real-time pain relief location. Right hand missing his left hand by Bowling. Right hand by Martin missing. Right hand over the top by Bowling. That was a little slapping right hand. Left hand by Bowling. That was a little more of a straighter right hand, left hand there. There's right hand by Bowling. Left hand by Bowling. Right hand by Bowling. Heads in close in front of us. Final seconds, final round. Left hand by Bowling. Left hand to the body by Bowling. Martin with the left hand up top. They get out of the corner there and they land left hands as this bout comes to a close. And Matthew Bowling goes the distance for the first time in his pro career. And Martin, his first bout in 10 years, does well coming back as well. In 7 years for Martin.
Intermission between our third and final.
So a little bit more technical skill in this bout than we saw in our first two bouts, and Bowling showed he can go the distance.
Yeah, and like we always said from day one, fighters need these type of bouts when they come out of first round knockouts all the time. And this was his route. This was his fight to prove that he has more in the tank, and he can stay consistent and keep fighting throughout to complete a whole entire fight without losing any ground. And basically, to me, he got better as the rounds went on, and he got stronger as the rounds went on. So I can easily see 8 rounds out of this guy early on in the later part in the next 2 or 3 fights.
After this will be a brief intermission here, so we'll take some time out. Get ready for the main event. Once again, it's Donald Walls against Gregory Clark. Don't forget our next broadcast will be on Saturday, June 3rd, coming to you from Rose Park Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland, for the King Promotions card. Number of luminaries here in attendance tonight. Right behind us is the former world champion Keith Holmes. Another former world champion in attendance, Boone Coates, is here. And a guy that I have not talked to in many a moon. And we got to go back into history of Beltway boxing, especially boxing on the Beltway. Guy named Perry Ballard. Many people still remember the great bout he had against Jimmy Lang at the Patriot Center. It only went 4 rounds, but very, very exciting 4 rounds of the title bout. And Jimmy Lang did knock out Ballard, but it was a very good bout for as long as it lasted. Kurt McHugh defensive decision.
We have a unanimous decision. Steve Ramos scores it 40-36. Judge Paul Wallace scores it 40-36. Judge Kenny Chevalier scores it 40-36 for the winner. Out of the red corner, Matthew Boogeyman Bowling for dollars.
So Matthew Bowling now 5-0, 4 KOs.
Before our fourth and final bout.
And Lawrence Martin
We've got
is
dignitaries
2-2,
in the audience.
1 KO.
We're going to introduce them to you in just a few minutes.
So stay with us. Our main event coming up. Donald Wall taking on Greg Clark. Right here from Michael State Avenue, Glen Burnie, Maryland. Stay with us for more. Our main event coming up shortly.
Okay. So he'll be pretty good. Yeah. You know who I feel sorry for right now? Omar Douglas. It's 2 straight losses he had. 2. He lost back to back, no television. Back to back.
DJ, cut the music. We're going to shine the spotlight on some of our dignitaries here tonight. We have some pro fighters in attendance. When I call your name, please stand up. Former 2-time world middleweight champion of the world, WBC fighter Keith Holmes is here tonight. Keith Holmes, what's up, champ? Also, former WBF junior middleweight champ Perry Ballard is here tonight. Perry Ballard. Also, undefeated junior middleweight fighting June 17th at Duke Burns Arena in Baltimore, Stefan the Surgeon Morris. Super middleweight, also fighting June 17th at Duke Burns Arena, Devin White Butcher. Cruiserweight fighting June 3rd at Rosecroft, Luther Lights Out Smith. First ever WBO Cruiserweight champion, Boone Polks. Boom! The VP of Ring 101 Boxers Organization, Lou Benson. Former heavyweight selling gold and silver gloves, Lou Butler. And 13-2 record, the heavyweight Maurice the Freight Train Bayard. Freight Train! Anyone else we missed? I know we got a lot of them in here tonight. I know Nucci's in here.
Ernest Lightning Bug Hall. Come on, there's a lot of you guys out there that I'm not seeing, so please, if you're a professional fighter, come on, start walking up and through. Michael Fox. Michael Fox. Thomas Snow. Ladies and gentlemen, the first star at Michael's 8th Avenue many, many years ago, Alfonso, too good for you, Daniel. Joey Veazey, Aaron Anderson, my man, newly signed Joey, 18-year-old Joey Veazey, Alfonso Daniels. Who? Benny who? Dave Soul. Who?
Mike Ricasa. Mike Ricasa. Mike Ricasa. Mike Ricasa.
Mike, Ready Rack, Ricasa. Travis Weaves. There's a lot of weight climbing in my ring right now. I don't know if we call this last guy up here or whatever. Last but not least, five-time champion of the world, the Tasmanian Devil, Benny Paz. They just made a movie about this guy. Bleed for this. You gotta go check it out. Benny Paz, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, look at all this talent up here, man. Where's my photographers? Where's my camera crew? Guys, can you all climb in the room, please? Come on, that's close. Comments, everybody, please squeeze in. This is going to be one hell of a picture here, brother.
I know all about it. I've never seen the movie. I want to.
Squeeze in as much as you can, guys. Hold on, Scott Farmer. Scott Farmer, where are you? Scott Farmer, please come on down. Scott, hurry up.
Mickey Rourke.
Don't let him trick you. He can do whatever he wants. He's had many a time.
Andrew up there too. Do-man. Andrew Do-man Farmer. Son. Andrew Farmer. Do-man.
Andrew Farmer. Andrew Do-man Farmer. Come on, hurry up, guys. Come on, Scott. Squeeze right on up here next to me, man. This is my boy, Scott Farmer. Andrew Do-man Farmer. Andrew, come on down. Keep him. Oh, man, this should go into like the Boxing Hall of Fame magazine or something, man. Andrew Do-man, where are you, buddy? Five-time world kickboxing champion, Mike Allison. Smile for the cameras, guys. Now do a crazy picture. Thank you, guys. I love all y'all, man. Thank you for making this sport happen, man. You guys are awesome. Keep up the good work.
Look at all the just up in here tonight, studying the sweet science. It's a lot of hard work and sweat that goes into the fight game. Next fight, Warriors to the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, this will be our final bout for tonight, scheduled for 6 rounds.
That hell is pissed. Take it all the time.
Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have a gentleman that was going to fight tonight, but his opponent really did get sick. I know his trainer real well, and it was really, he did get sick. Speed Rawls, please come on up in the ring and bow down and wave to everybody. Speed Rawls, ladies and gentlemen. You will be seeing him on the bottom of the boxing card real soon. He's 8-0. He's an up-and-coming champion. You will see this guy a whole lot. He's going to be involved in the face also.
I see up here a couple months ago. I was here.
Stay strong, baby.
No, I was sick last week.
Yeah, he was by himself.
Hey, y'all, give it up for Jake the Snake Smith out here, bringing Baltimore boxing, professional boxing to Michael's 8th Avenue. Jake the Snake Smith! Warriors to the ring. Let's get it out!
Back here at the Michael's 8th Avenue, Glenbury, Maryland. Hope you heard some of that. That was a very nice little ceremony there. Some guys that I hadn't talked to in a minute, as far as I'm concerned. Guys like Alfonso Daniels, I definitely remember him. And Alfonso, Too Good For You Daniels. Mike Ricasa's here tonight. I told you Perry Ballard was here earlier. It was a good group of people that packed this place on numerous occasions right here at Michael's 8th Avenue. They had some great bouts here. Alfonso Daniels, one of the first stars coming out of Michael's 8th Avenue, ballroom boxing, and Mike Ricasa, I think, fought here a couple of times, and some great moments. Of course, there's a little good mixture of the past stars, the current stars, and the future stars. Here, everybody from Keith Holmes, all the way to Stephon Surgeon Morris, Travis Reeves will be fighting on that card on June 17th at DuBurns Arena in Baltimore. So, just a good night all the way around. Get ready for our main event? As Donald Wallace takes on Gregory Clark. So a good crowd on hand. Not as big as the last crowd as I walked around during the intermission. Some empty seats in the back, but not a bad crowd here tonight, especially on a rainy Friday evening. Looks like Gregory Clark coming to the ring now, along with Michael Professor Fox and his father, Troy Fox. Montez Fox in attendance as well tonight. So Gregory Glizzy Clark in the ring, and Chevalier, the referee, checks out his gear, make sure he's okay. Appreciate you. Thank you. Surgeon Morris came over to us momentarily. Of course, it's been a tough time for him, losing his father recently, and we wish prayers on his family, of course, as he gets ready for his bout coming up June 17th. Donald Wallace coming to the ring now. His main event scheduled for 6 rounds. Have our national anthem momentarily. This should be a very interesting bout. So we go now to we're getting ready to go to ring announcement. Kirk McEwen for our gives to our singing for the national anthem. Apologize for the language of this bout, of that last song.
Please rise for the singing of our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, performing tonight's national anthem. He goes by one name only. His name is Wit.
How you doing out there, Michael? Let's have a round of applause for tonight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed after twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we walked was so gallantly streaming. And the rockets rang out, the lights bursting air, came through the night, that our flag was still there. Oh, save us, that star-spangled for the land of the free and the home
He's known only as Wit, and he gives us our national anthem.
Drinking chocolate milk up in here. Nice up. Appreciate you.
Once again, ring announcer Kirk McEwen, our main event.
Our fourth and final professional bout, scheduled for 6 rounds. Our referee tonight, Kenny Chevalier. Our judges, Brent Bovell, Steve Reynos, and Paul Wallace. Ladies and gentlemen, weighing in at 160.60 pounds, fighting out of the blue corner, from Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, please welcome Gregory Clark. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 161.2 pounds, out of the great city of Baltimore, Maryland, with a record of 2-1, with 1 knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Donald Wallace.
Let's go, Donald!
Here we go. Dangerous Donald Wallace. He's in the red trunks with the gray trim. He'll take on Gregory Glizzy Clark in the blue and silver trunks. Come to Unite live from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland for our broadcast of the live professional boxing.
Let's go be more!
Our professional boxing, Baltimore Pro Boxing card. And our real-time pain relief ringside seats. I'm Gary Digital Williams alongside Juan Marshall. Our main event, 6 rounds. Greg Clark, a couple good left jabs to start off. Trying to land those long jabs. Wallace ducking and dodging.
Let's go, Donald!
Lizzie Clark trying to throw right hand. Left jab by Clark misses. Wallace gets out of the way. Left jab by Clark. Another left jab by Clark. Right hand over the top by Clark. Left hand by Wallace misses. Now Wallace tries a couple of left jabs. Right hand to the body. Left hand to the body. Right hand up top by Clark. Couple good right hands by Clark. Another right hand by Clark. Right hand to the body by Clark. And referee Kenny Chevalier warns Clark for measuring his shots. Clark in the crouch, throws a left jab. Wallace straight up. Right hand over the top, misses by Clark. First minute, round one, scheduled for 6. Left jab by Clark. Clark tried to throw a left jab. Left hand missing by Wallace. Right hand by Wallace misses. Wallace kind of ducks and misses a little bit. There's a right hand by Wallace that misses. Clark with a left jab. Right hand over the top by Clark. They butt heads a little bit. Right hand in front by Wallace, excuse me. Clark missing right hand, and referee Kenny Chevalier warns Wallace for using the elbow. Past halfway point, round one, scheduled for 6. Clark with left hand, left jab. Wallace with a couple good left jabs there. Left hand by Clark with a jab. Over in the corner off to our right, the blue corner. Right hand on the top by Clark, misses. There's a left jab by Clark. Left jab by Clark, another left jab by Clark. Left hand by Wallace, that lands. Wallace missing the right hand. Tango once again, posed a little bit. There's a left jab missing by Wallace. Wallace is talking a little bit to Clark right now. They head toward the final moments of the first round. Both men hands low, just posing at each other. Clark throws a left jab. Another left jab by Clark. Right hand to the body by Clark. Final seconds of the first round. So Wallace trying to cut Clark off, but really can't do it as the round comes to an end. But this has been bizarre starts to a couple of our bouts tonight, and they really have gotten slow getting underway.
Yeah, actually, Clark, I think, had a game plan to actually try to frustrate Wallace. What I think he's actually doing, he's beating Wallace to the punch, because we used to seeing Wallace being more aggressive with the faster hands and every time. But Clark is taking that away from him right now, keeping his distance, using his jab to keep Wallace at bay, and Wallace is not able to land those shots that he's able to land in the past in his past fights. So Clark's doing a good job, even though his hands are down. He's still able to keep him at a distance where he's not, where Wallace is not able to reach him, and he's doing a great job at doing it so far. So I'm gonna see if Wallace was able to adjust to the next round coming up, and see what can Clark keep doing what he's been doing.
Ready for round two? Both men meeting in the center ring. Clark once again starting off with the left jab. Clark with another good left jab. Now Wallace tries to establish his left jab. Left hand by Wallace. Left jab by Clark. Left hand by Wallace. Couple left hand by Wallace. Clark almost showing Wallace's chin there. Left jab to the body by Clark. Wallace with the left hand missing. They're just really posing in front of each other in the middle. Both men exchange left jabs, can't land. Both men land left jab. I think Wallace maybe got the better of that exchange. Right jab landed there by Clark. They tangle once again. Referee Kenny Chevalier warns them and separates them. First minute, round two, scheduled for 6. Right hand over the top by Wallace. Clark up against the ropes in the far neutral corner, directly across from our real-time pay relief location. Right hand over the top by Clark. Maybe the first significant punch of this bout so far. Clark going to the body. They tangle once again. Referee Chevalier separates them. Heading to the halfway point, round 2. Once again, a tangle. Clark ends up behind him, pats Wallace on the head. And they turn ahead. They turn around. Left jab by Clark. Wallace tries a left jab. Tries a combination in close. Doesn't land. Left jab by Wallace. The right hand down the pike by Clark. Right hand by Wallace missing. Now Clark in the far neutral corner. Wallace tries to land a couple of shots. Clark getting his hands down. Throws a left jab. Then Wallace missing with a couple good shots. Clark tries a right hand to the body. That misses. Left hand missing by Wallace. Head to the final moments of the second round. Left hand to the body by Clark. Touches Wallace. Right hand missing. There's right hand by Wallace. Left hand to the body. Clark up against the ropes. Both men fight their way out. That Wallace with a good left hand. Left jab by Clark. Clark missing with a right uppercut. Right hand over the top misses by Wallace. They tangle once again up against the ropes. Wallace up against the ropes, is back. And Clark, now he comes out with a couple left jabs. That tangles, gets the crowd excited. Another good right hand by Wallace there. As the round ends. So Wallace in the final moments of the second round really got landed some shots down the stretch.
Yeah, he finished the round pretty strong, but it took him a little more time than he normally takes to actually get acclimated and get himself adjusted to a fight. And what I think, hopefully it didn't frustrate him, because Clark is fighting his style of fight already anyway from the first round up until this present time. And now, since Wallace finished strong, I want to see can he come out and actually take advantage of the third round and see how he comes out and see if he made the adjustments he needs to make to tactically start taking over the fight.
Don't forget, immediately following our main event here, we'll have our post-fight wrap-up show coming up.
Seconds out. Round 3.
Get ready for round 3, scheduled for 6.
Round 3.
Both men tangle once again. They posture in front of each other. Left hand to the body by Wallace. Left hand missing by Wallace. They tangle once again. And they get out of the way of the tangle that time. Both men standing right in front of each other. They've been doing that throughout the bout. We're in the first minute of round 3. Scheduled for 6. Right hand, left hand by Wallace. Working close. Wallace throws a left jab. Gregory Clark with a wild right hand. Wallace comes back with left hand himself, misses. They tangle once again. Referee Chevalier lets them work their way out. Clark tries a shot inside and misses. Wallace with a wild uppercut that misses from the right hand. Now Clark getting caught with some shots. They're talking to each other once again. Left right hand to the body by Wallace, who's catching Clark crouching over with some uppercuts. His left jab to the head by Clark. They tangle once again. Referee Chevalier separates him and warns Clark from keeping his head low. They pose once again. Left jab by Clark. Both men tangle. Left hand to the body, the head by Clark. Right hand over the top by Wallace. Right hand by Clark. That's right hand by Wallace. That lands a little bit. And Clark trying to get out of the corner. Wallace trying to cut the ring off on Clark. Left jab. Those right hand by Clark and close. Inside the final minute of the third round, scheduled for 6. Right hand on the top. There's left jab by Clark. Right hand by Clark. Referee Ken Chevalier warning Clark for an infraction. They tangle once again. And referee Chevalier breaks them. Headed to the final seconds of the third round, scheduled for 6. They're tangled now. They're just posing right now, waiting for an opening. Clark, Wallace tries a left jab. They tangle once again. Final seconds of the third round. And this is a good right hand by Clark at the bell. But this has been an awkward third round, to say the very least.
Yeah, Wallace is still trying to find his way with Clark. He's still trying to figure him out because the awkward style that Clark has for him. And also, Wallace is out of his element right now. He's used to dominating the fight from the start. He's not getting the opportunity right now because this is the style that Clark is bringing to him. And it is nothing strange for Clark to be bringing that style because that's just how he fights. And what Troy Fox has done is making him be able to be a boxer from the style he already had anyway. Be able to use his jab more, which he's doing. Even though his hands are down sometimes, he's still using his jab, and he's shooting it straight, even with his hands down. And now all he has to do is be able to get the angles that he needs on Wallace, and he might be able to land more shots on Wallace because Wallace is starting to land shots on him.
Here we go, round 4 scheduled for 6. Right hand over the top by Clark, missing. Left jab to the body by Clark. Left hand over the top by Wallace as Clark tried to land the right hand. Left jab by Clark. Left hand by Wallace. And both men trying to land shots. Right hand. They're just staying at distance from each other. Neither one can really land right now. We're in round 4. Scheduled for 6. They tangle once again. Referee Kenny Chevalier separates them. There's a right jab by Wallace. Combination by Clark getting out of there. But Clark lowers his shoulder, tries to land shots. Right hand by Clark. Clark getting Wallace up against the ropes a little bit here. Right across in the far neutral corner. Right hand to the body by Clark. Land a left jab as well. Now Wallace trying to land shots in off the ropes, but Clark pushes him away. There's right hand by Clark. Right hand by Wallace. Into the final minute of the 4th round. Scheduled for 6. Right hand, good right hand up top by Clark. Left hand to the body. Right hand by Wallace. Oh, good left hand by Clark in close. But Clark bending over. He's a little taller than Wallace, and he's not really using his height all that much. He's preferring to fight in a crouch. There's a left jab by Clark. Right hand by Wallace up top. Clark down in the body once again. And Wallace is hitting down over the top. And some of the fans calling for uppercut. There's a good right hand by Clark. That stunned Wallace. It looked like a little bit, but he seems to be okay now. We head to the final seconds of the 4th round. Left hand by Wallace. Final seconds. 4th round. Right hand to the body by Wallace. Wallace trying left right hand uppercut. That misses. Clark holds on. They tangle once again, and the bout ends. But really a wild 4th round there.
Clark in the last 20 seconds of that round, Clark looked like he did stun Wallace a little bit with a shot. It looked like it slowed Wallace down and stopped him in his tracks for a second, but he regrouped and was able to throw some shots back. But like you said, it was a wild. It was the 3rd round. There was a wild 4th round we actually had this previous round, and for some reason Wallace seemed like he just can't get it together because he's out of his element. He's not used to this type of fight because he's used to dominating, and once he can't dominate anymore, now he's trying to find his way through.
Wallace, when he fought Tahir Thomas here at Michael's 8th Avenue on January 13th, dominated the latter stages of the bout. Tahir Thomas got out the first bout, but Thomas really wilted, and Wallace took advantage of that. He's having a tough time doing that tonight, as Juan said, against Gregory Clark. Here we go, round 5, scheduled for 6. Gregory Clark in the silver and blue trunks. Record of 2-1, 1 KO. Dangerous Wallace undefeated 2-0, 1 KO in the red trunks with the gray trim and black trim. Both guys landing shots. Now they're posing in front of him. Clark tries the right hand, that misses. Left hand by Wallace to the body. Clark takes a step back. Left jab by Clark that time. Another left jab by Clark. Right hand over the top by Clark, misses. Left hand to the body by Clark. Clark tries to throw an angle in there. And then, good left hand by Clark. Another good left by Wallace that time with the right hand. First minute, round 5, scheduled for 6. Left jab by Clark. Right hand over the top by Clark. Right hand by Wallace. Right hand to the back by Wallace. Clark turned around because that punch landed. Left jab by Wallace. Wallace moves to his right. Clark tries to cut him off. Lands a left jab to the body. Misses the right hand up top. Wallace with a good right hand down the pike. Right hand by Clark coming in. Got Wallace up against the ropes. Clark on the right hand. Left hand by Clark to the body. And Tango referee Kenji Valley separates them. Want both men to watch their heads in close. Left jab by Wallace. Left hand missing by Wallace. Right hand by Clark misses. There's a left hand by Clark. Left hand to the body. Left hook misses. Right hook misses by Clark. Right hand to the body by Clark. Wallace tries to throw right hand. Wallace just stands there, dares Clark to hit him. Clark hits him with the right hand. Right hand by Wallace that time. And they tangle once again. Wallace falls to the canvas. No knockdown there. Ken Chevalier checks him. He's okay. Clark tries to come in close. Tries to throw right hand. Lands right hand over the top. Right hand by Clark. Wallace digs the right hand to the body. They separate once again. Warning board. Ken Chevalier to Greg Clark for using his head. Right hand by Wallace in close. Clark tries the right hand on the top. Once again, Ken Chevalier warning Greg Clark to keep his head out of the way as the second tick away in his fifth round of 6. They tangle once again, and the bell rings. So, anybody, Wallace seems to have his moments, but I think he is still, as you say, a little frustrated.
Yeah, he's frustrated. He's still trying to find his way through this bout. And now he's going into the final round. It's kind of late to find your way. So now he's going to be in desperate mode because he's not decisively winning. So he's going to have to figure out a way to win the judges over in this last round to make this fight go in his favor. But if Clark continues to do what he's doing, and if Clark can outpunch Wallace in this round, Gregory Clark Mike can pull this fight out if he comes out and tries to dominate from the start. He has to complete this round, the entire round, pure dominance in order to get this win over Wallace. And Wallace, vice versa, has to come out and show something towards Clark.
We get ready for the sixth and final round. Our main event tonight.
The sixth and final round.
Here we go. Clark with the right hand over the top. Let's see if they throw a little more caution to the wind in the sixth and final round. Clark barrels inside, guys. Walls over against the ropes. Tries to throw right hand over the top. Misses that one. Right hand uppercut. Just lands there barely. And referee Ken Chevalier separates. Left hand lands by Clark. Clark trying to walk Wallace down a little bit more. Right hand, left hand to the body by Clark. Right hand over the top by Clark. Left hand by Wallace. Then left jab by Wallace. Wallace working in retreat mode kind of a little bit. Fighting about going backwards. Clark is definitely coming forward in the sixth round. They tangle once again up against the ropes. They break. Clark with the right hand. And Wallace gets warmed by Kenny Chevalier, keeping shots behind the head. And a right hand by Wallace knocks the mouthpiece out of Gregory Clark. Let's see. Yes, it will be Gregory. No, it is, wait a minute, hold on. Kenny Chevalier going to the wrong corner there. It's Clark's mouthpiece. Well, but Jake Smith in the Wallace corner helps out Clark with his mouthpiece. Good sportsmanship there. Right hand to the body by Clark. Left hand over the top by Wallace. Left hand to the body by Wallace. Right hand over the top by Clark. That misses. Then the right hand by Clark. The left hand by Clark. Good strong shots there, but Wallace come back with the left hand. Clark with his hands on his knees right now, daring Wallace to hit him. Left hand to the head by Clark. Right hand to the body by Clark. Referee Ken Chevalier separates him. Clark with his head down, hands on his hip, hands on his thigh, I should say. And Wallace not doing anything alongside of that. Left jab by Clark. Right hand missing by Clark. Left hand over the top by Clark. Right hand missing by Wallace. There's a right hand to the body by Wallace. Heading to the final minute of the final round. Left hand in close by Wallace.
Don't let him out.
Clark tries to barrel Wallace into the ropes. And referee Ken Chevalier separates him. Clark comes back with a right jab. Just off that break. Just a split second off that break. Separated. Looking like Ken Chevalier. Wallace trying to throw right hand. They tangle once again. Final seconds, final round. They tangle once again. Clark tried to throw right hand. Wallace tried to throw a combination at the bell. That lands the combination, and that'll do it. So an interesting bout indeed comes to a close, and all four bouts go the distance tonight here at Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland.
All right, that completes our sixth and final round in our fourth.
So we'll see what happens here tonight.
And final fight.
Don't forget to stay with us for the post-fight wrap-up show. Immediately following this card,
What the judges say.
decision, I should say.
Here live at Michael's 8th Avenue.
So why don't your thoughts as we get ready for the decision?
This is one of those times where a fighter is so used to dominating, so used to winning. You have to be prepared for your next fight because you don't know what you're going to get into. I'm pretty sure that he didn't think he was going to have this kind of fight with Clark. and Clark showed him and put pressure on him, even though it was awkward and it wasn't a whole lot of power punches thrown. It was still pressure in a way where Wallace wasn't able to do what he's normally able to do. And that showed. So right now, I'm trying to find out if, or we're going to find out if this type of fight hurt Wallace. Will it damage his career? Will he get a loss? Will he get a draw? Or will he get another win?
We get the official decision. Momentary ring announcer Kurt McEwen. He did a nice job as our guest ring announcer tonight. They're waiting the official decision. Both men shaking hands with people at ringside. They're in both corners. So it's going to be interesting to see how this decision comes out. They're still checking the scores at ringside. Judges Brent Bovell, Steve Rados, and Paul Wallace judging this bout. Panella going over the card, the scorecard with ring announcer Kurt McEwen. So still waiting for the official decision. Here's ring announcer Kurt McEwen.
Ladies and gentlemen, the results are in. Judge Steve Rados scores it 54. Actually 60-54. Clark. Judge Paul Wallace and Brent Bovell score it 57-57. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a draw. Who wants to see the rematch? We have a draw. Majority draw.
So we have a 6-round majority draw.
Two fighters tonight.
Judge Steve Rados, who is sitting directly across from us, saw a wildly different fight than his two judges, two co-judges. Clark Rados scored about 60-54 for Clark.
July 13th.
And both bouts, both Brent Bovell and Paul Wallace scored about 57-57. Live from Michael's 8th Avenue in Glen Burnie, Maryland, this is the Boxing Law on the Beltway post-fight wrap-up show. The Boxing Law on the Beltway post-fight wrap-up show is brought to you in part by UndisputedBrand.com. Visit UndisputedBrand.com for the finest of boxing and mixed martial arts apparel. Undisputed Brand, the brand true champions wear. And by Real Time Pain Relief. From boxers to ballerinas, for shoulder pain and muscle strain and everything in between, Boxing Law and the Beltway recommends Real Time Pain Relief. The fast, simple, safe, and plant-based ointment. And you go to www.painoffer.com, buy $10 worth of Real Time Pain Relief, you get a free $10 tube of Real Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. I'm Gary Digital Williams, alongside Juan Marshall. We are joined tonight by our good friend and a man who knows a lot about boxing in his own right. Kind of grew up in the whole business, so to speak. His father is the boxing coach at the United States Naval Academy and a referee who could back in the day do Olympic-style bouts. He himself not only is a boxing writer for StiffJab.com, also one of the future star players of the Edinburgh University of Pennsylvania Fighting Scots wheelchair basketball team. He is Seamus McNally. Seamus, thanks for joining us tonight, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
Yep. So, guys, had an interesting card, and you called it, Seamus, going into it. You saw that all bouts tonight could go to distance, and they did exactly that. All four went to distance. Of course, our main event was a very interesting bout, going to a 6-round majority decision draw. Just heard it between Donald Wallace and Greg Clark. Your thoughts on that one?
The main event, I also had it a draw. I know the one judge had it 60-54. None of us really know what he saw. Neither did the crowd. It was a very competitive bout. The first 2 rounds, I thought Clark did a good job staying on the outside. He was very awkward, keeping his hands low. But then in the middle rounds, Wallace started not letting the hands low bother him. He got inside, landed some good body shots, landed some good combinations to the head, and he got himself back in the fight. And then in the last 2 rounds, Clark abandoned basically his style of staying on the outside, and they just went to war, basically. It was an outstanding fight. You know, I think if Clark didn't keep his head down so much, he may have edged that bout. But it was a great fight overall, great card overall. It was really nice to see a club-level type card with all 5 bouts being fairly competitive.
Yep, no question about that. And Juan, we thought this bout could be this kind of a tight bout. And one of the things you talked about, and I thought was very apropos, is you said that Donald Wallace, especially, seemed to be a little bit out of his element tonight.
And that's exactly what it was. When you have a young fighter coming into his career, used to winning all the time and dominating fights most of the time, and then you put him in that one fight where it becomes a competitive matchup, and when they say styles make fights, this is definitely what happened tonight with Clark. Clark was a fighter that brings a fight to every fighter he faces into, and all the opponents that he ever faced in the ring. Win, lose, or draw, he always brings a tough, competitive nature to the fight. And that's exactly what he did in this card. That's exactly what he did. And the awkward style of Clark made Wallace uneasy. And you saw that in this fight. He was uneasy. He wasn't able to put together punches with his technical skill that he does have. He wasn't able to put punches together. Yep. And it definitely showed.
No question about it. So Donald Wallace now 2-0-1, 1 KO. Greg Clark is 2-1-1 with 1 KO. Our co-feature tonight, another guy got taken out of his element just a little bit, and that's Matthew Boogeyman Boley, now fighting out of Chantilly, Virginia, as he went the distance for the very first time after having 4 straight first-round knockouts. Seamus, he goes the distance and wins a unanimous decision over 4-round unanimous decision over Lawrence Martin, making his return after a 7-year absence.
You know, I was very impressed with Bowling. It was my first time seeing him fight. He did a very, very good job of cutting off the ring. He looked like a seasoned veteran there. You know, he did a good job landing, working the head and the body, and he never let Martin, out of his sights. Martin was very game, though. You know, he wasn't there to lay down. He threw punches back. He hit Bowling coming in a few times, and it was a very good learning experience for Bowling. Like you said, it was his first time ever even getting out of the first round, and it's that's only going to help him in the future. He's a kid to look out for sure.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that. More impressed than I was when we saw him knock out Brian Ote at the ABC Sports Complex. He really didn't show as much as he did tonight. Of course, he had more rounds to do so, but he took advantage of those rounds and got that work.
That's why I appreciate this fight tonight, because it was a true test to show where he is as a fighter. We had a kind of inkling of what he had at the ABC Sports Complex, but tonight we seen everything. We didn't see everything. We seen more of him in this fight, and he was able to show more, go the distance, and do things that he wasn't able to do in his previous fight because they ended so early. Yeah. And this is the type of fight that he needed to actually take him the distance and to pull a little bit more out of him, to see his stamina. And what I did notice, he got stronger each and every round as the rounds went on. So I can see him easily doing 8 rounds.
Yeah. No question about that. Matthew Bowling now 5-0, 4 KOs. Lawrence Martin 2-2 with 1 KO. Now, the other 2 bouts on the night I thought were extremely awkward over the evening, especially, both of them. We just talked about both of them. Desmond Towns from Baltimore, Maryland, making his pro debut, and he was in a 4-round draw, split decision draw against Martez Williamson, who was 3-18 going in, and about went to a 4-round split decision draw. And I know, Seamus, you questioned Desmond Towns' choice of a debut opponent against a guy that was so experienced, even though he only had three wins going in.
Yeah, not only was he experienced, he had a 6-inch height advantage on Towns. Mm-hmm. I saw Williamson fight once before. He fought Sam Cross almost a year ago to this date, actually, on the undercard of Dusty Harrison's fight against Mike Dallas, and he gave Cross a lot of trouble. Like I said, he's tall and he's very awkward. He's he throws wild punches. He talks, he kind of talks a little bit. He moves awkwardly, switches stances. And for someone making his pro debut, that's not an easy fight. And it wasn't. Yeah. I thought Towns was lucky to come out with a draw. And he did a good job at times getting inside. But, if Williamson was, a straightforward type of fighter, maybe Towns would have even had more success. But the height combined with the awkwardness made it very difficult for Towns to have success.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. And Juan, he looked at Desmond Towns getting a pro debut like that. What did he learn from that?
Actually, he learned to get better prepared for fights because he was thrown in with something way above his start level. Normally a pro debut you give a fill out fight. He had no time to fill a fight out in this fight right here because you have a veteran. He was crafty, and he was able to stay elusive, and there was nothing that Towns could do with him. And because of the height difference, it was totally out. He was outmatched as far as the height, the reach. It wasn't there, and then with the build and the look, the power that Towns looked like he had, he wasn't able to show that he had it because he wasn't able to get inside. And then when he got inside, he didn't use the proper angles to stay inside to be able to throw the body punches that he needed to throw.
Yep.
So this bout was contested at around 182 pounds. I think in the future, Towns will be best served fighting at light heavyweight. He's a small guy. He's stocky, but he's not very tall. So he won't be fighting very many 6'2" guys at 175 pounds. So I think in the future, it'll best serve him to fight at light heavyweight.
The score is on the bout. Judge Kenny Chevalier saw the bout for Towns, 39-37. Paul Wallace saw it for Williamson, 39-37. Steve Rados saw the draw at 38-38. So Towns draws in his pro debut. Martez Williamson, 3-18-1. Then our opening bout tonight, Craig Callan winning a relatively easy unanimous decision, 40-36 across the board. Craig Callan out of Winchester, Virginia, defeating Howard Thompson out of Shelby, North Carolina. Seamus, and about that, Callan pretty much had the bulk of the way.
Yeah, he did. It was competitive for the first 2 rounds. And I think in the second half of the bout, Thompson got gassed, and he kind of just went into survival mode, and, he went the distance. To be honest, the skill level of this fight wasn't very high, but, Callan got the job done. Maybe have another few fights around like guys like Thompson, build his record up a little bit, and see what he's got.
And again, for Callan, he needs... As Seamus, it just wasn't the skill level, just what there was. Kind of a hard bout to call, in all honesty.
Definitely, this point in time, the early part of his career, he definitely needs some fights that he can be able to go into the ring and work on things that he worked on in the gym. And right now, it was a fight he was in tonight was a fill-out fight where he was trying to feel his way through the process. Instead of going there, do what he needed to do as far as game plan and put it to action, and that he didn't have that. He just didn't have that going tonight. And then, when, like you said, the first 2 rounds were pretty much even, but Callan just had squeaked just enough more out of him just to pull the bout out.
Yeah. Once again, all three judges scored about 40-36. Craig Callan now 3-1, 2 KOs. Howard Thompson 0-2. The bout between Devontae Speed Walls and Evgeny Metchnov did not come off today. Speed Walls just did not make weight, and he tried to give back some of his purse to keep the bout going. He was still 1 pound over a little bit, so the bout was canceled all the way out. So that's pretty much the card here tonight, and it sets us up, gentlemen, 1 week from tonight. We'll be involved in, I think, one of the biggest weekends we've had in the Beltway in quite some time. Of course, it really begins on Thursday, May 18th, when Demetrius Ballard travels to Tucson, Arizona for a nationally televised bout against Luis Sierra for the WBC US-NBC Super Middleweight Championship on ESPN2. So this is Ballard's really first time, Seamus, in the bright lights.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to watching him fight. Golden Boy's done a good job with him. They've built him up, and he'll be in his first test. The whole series with Golden Boy has actually all been very competitive matches. Just May 5th, but two of their guys got upset, actually.
I remember that.
So, Ballard's in for a tough night. Hopefully, he'll come out on top.
Yep, no question about that. First 10-rounder for Demetrius Ballard, so that should be interesting.
And now we get to see if Golden Boy groomed him the proper way now. Is this the right time for him to make this type of fight on television? Or at the time he's been fighting with Golden Boy, should they be making him have progressive moves to get where he is going to be on the 18th?
Yep, so that's a big bout. We can't forget we have boxing down in Norfolk, Virginia on the 13th. On tomorrow as we record this, Norfolk, Virginia, a couple of Beltway boxers on there. Jerry Forrest take on Willis Lockett out of Tacoma Park, Maryland. Brandon Pennington will be on the card, and he is taking on a Beltway boxer as well. And also we have a number of Beltway boxers. One other Beltway boxer on the card. Roger Belch is taking on Lamont White on that card. And Brandon Pennington is on the card. I tell you, I forgot who he's taking on, to be honest with you. But a couple of Beltway boxers on the card there, so we'll see what happens as that bout takes place. Here he is. We have Eric Govan against Brandon Pennington, and that's going to be at 167 pounds. And Jerry Forrest fighting Willis Lockett. Lockett will weigh in later on tomorrow. And Roger Belch against Lamont White. A number of Beltway boxers scheduled in that card are not on that card. Then on the 19th, Friday, May 19th, Joshua Davis is in the bout, and he's in the main event in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at the 2300 Arena, and we're interested to see how Joshua Davis does in a headlining situation.
Yeah, I've seen him fight on a couple undercards before. He has one loss in his career, but he's improved every fight. This is another good fight for him. Hopefully he can, win this bout and then keep moving forward.
Yeah. Also in that card, Juan Xavier Rodriguez out of Haymarket, Virginia, coming out with a big win of his own. Davis 10-1, 4 KOs. Carlos Rosario is his opponent. He's 7-1, 4 KOs. So that could be an interesting situation as well.
And also with Joshua Davis, we haven't seen a whole lot of activity from him going into this bout. So right now, we've seen him locally, but this would be the biggest fight of his career so far. And we'll see, since he's headlining on this card, where he is according to what happens after this fight, win or lose, or how he performs, and we can follow his career after that point.
So that's Friday the 19th, May 19th from 2300 Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And of course, that all leads up to the big one, Saturday, May 20th. That'll be a doubleheader for us in the Beltway with Gervonta Davis fighting in London, England against Liam Walsh. First, Chambers, your thoughts on that bout?
I think Tank is just another level above Walsh. Walsh is a very good fighter. He's undefeated like Tank. But I think he's more like that domestic level fighter, a guy who can, win British titles or whatnot, Commonwealth titles, maybe even the European Championship. But I don't think he's quite at that world level. So I look Tank to get him out of there in about the mid-rounds.
Okay, good enough. And then your thoughts on that one? Liam Walsh says he hasn't fought. Gervonta Davis has not fought a boxer with the IQ of Liam Walsh, and we'll see how that comes about.
Yeah, that's like the fight where Gervonta Davis won the IBF title against
Jose
Pedraza. Pedraza was known to be a tough fighter, but he never fought and faced a guy like Gervonta Davis. And I think it's going to be the same type of situation when he fight Liam Walsh. Liam Walsh has been fighting tough fights on his own caliber, but I don't think he's fought a complete fighter like Gervonta Davis. And you have to remember that out of all the fights that Gervonta's won, we haven't seen everything that he had yet in winning those fights. So that's another plus on his side going into this one.
No question about it. So that will kick off the Showtime broadcast on Saturday, May 20th. That'll be the first bout, and then all roads will lead right back into the Beltway that same night when Gary Russell Jr. Sheamus defends his WBC Featherweight Championship against Oscar Escandón.
Yeah, it's first time Russell fighting at home. I think the whole area is very excited. It's a big night for him, his family, and the area as a whole. I look for Gary Russell's speed to take over and I either get him out of there in the mid-late rounds, because Escandón's a very tough fighter, or cruise to unanimous decision victory. And I expect his younger brothers to have easy nights as well.
Yeah, both Antonio and the debuting Antoine on that card as well, Juan. And again, this is a night where the Beltway, on the DC side of the Beltway, the fans really need to show up. Definitely
need to show up. They were still trying to sell tickets, I think, and it's such a big card that it should have been a sellout from the day they announced it. I think that's the type of fight it should be. Based on the caliber of Gary Russell, being a world champion, followed behind, actually leading the stable coming into 2017 when we got more champions coming into it. So I was surprised that it hasn't been sold out. I'm surprised that hopefully it's a big time turnout like the HBO, but it's going to be hard to compete with that one, I think. But with this fight right here, I think Gary Russell is going to be the bigger guy in this fight this time. Even at a 126-pound weight class, he's still going to look and be the bigger guy and the stronger guy and the faster guy. And I don't really see this fight going the distance.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens in this situation, James.
Yeah, hopefully, if Russell takes care of business, there's a lot of big names in the featherweight division he's yet to fight. I'm sure, they're all associated with Al Heyman, just like Gary Russell. So those fights are, there's no politics involved that could prevent these fights from happening. You got Abner Maris out of L.A., Leo Santa Cruz also out of L.A., and then on the other side of the pond, you got Carl Frampton out of Belfast, Ireland, who's had 2 fights with Santa Cruz, both great fights. And so hopefully, if Russell takes care of business, he moves on to unify the division, or, and we'll see him in some big fights in the second half of 2017 and moving forward.
No question about that. Of course, also on the card, Andre Durrell, who made his pro debut in this very building, right here, Michaels 8th Avenue. He'll take on Jose Uzcategui for the interim super middleweight title. Also, Rances Barthelemy, two division world champion, is on the card as well. So should be a big night. Alexander Marine from the Beltway is on the card. Cobia Soldier Breedy also on the card. Should be a big night. We'll have the details on when everything gets underway. I know it's going to be an early day for that particular card. We'll get you all the details on what's going on during fight week coming up this coming week. And then we're moving to June. We have a lot of things going on in June. We'll talk about June in another week or so on all our resident boxing sites that we all work for here. So that'll do it here from the Michaels 8th Avenue, Glen Burnie, Maryland, for our post-fight wrap-up show. We had a great night here tonight, a good competitive bout night of professional boxing. And the Box On Beltway post-fight wrap-up show is brought to you in part by UndisputedBrand.com. Visit UndisputedBrand.com for the finest in boxing and mixed martial arts apparel. Undisputed Brand, the brand true champions wear. And by Real-Time Pain Relief. Rub it on, the pain is gone in real time. For Sheamus McNally of Stiff Jab, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
Very appreciate you.
Good to have you here. And of course, my partner, Juan Marshall, right here. I'm Gary Digital Williams saying so long from Glen Burnie, Maryland. Hope you enjoyed the Boxing on Beltway live coverage. Our next live broadcast on Friday, June 3rd from Rosecroft Raceway in Fort Washington, Maryland. Thanks for joining us. Always remember, keep supporting the best boxing in the world. The Boxing along the Beltway. Take care.